Hey everyone, it's Noah and welcome back to the channel. When selling online, repricing is half your business. You make a lot of your money when you source, and then you make the rest of your money when you reprice. And when it comes to repricing on Walmart, there are very limited options. You can either do it manually, or you can also use Walmart's Repricer, which I think is a really good free option. But once your business grows, you are going to need another option that can handle all of your listings and your growing business. That's where my favorite Walmart Repricer comes in, Flashpricer. I've been using Flashpricer for over 6 months in my Walmart business, and I've compared it to going back and forth between the Walmart Repricer, just doing it manually, and then going back to Flashpricer. And I've noticed a big difference in Flashpricer actually competing for the buy box, repricing my items up, and being able to set more advanced strategies. So let's go over everything and let's take a look. In terms of what you get, first off, Flashpricer not only reprices for Walmart, but if you sell on Amazon, then they also reprice for Amazon. In terms of pricing, it is a little bit on the more expensive side, but as I said, if your business is growing, I think it is a good option to invest in. And the starter is $99 a month, and you get 10,000 Amazon listings or 100 Walmart listings, and you only get one selling channel. So if you're selling on both and you have over 100 listings, then you're going to be bumped up to the $200 a month plan. And if you want to get access to it for a discount, be sure to go ahead and check out my link down below, which will give you access to my discount code. So on the main dashboard, you get a graph of all of your sales as well as your profitability. If you input the cost for the products, you get a snapshot of your revenue, profit margin, ROI, units sold, and your total inventory value in terms of both WFS and for FBM. And then you can go ahead and you can search for all of your items. So here you can see your total catalog. You can search for any item, as well as you can apply filters to search for specific types of items, and you can also multi-layer them on. So you'll see that you can search for items via at max price, at min price. So this allows you to go ahead and filter through all of your items in your catalog that might need attention, or you can go ahead and you can layer this on. So maybe there are items that are at their max price and the buy box is suppressed. So you can go ahead and you can put this right here, and then it's going to filter for all of those products. And you can keep layering that on, and then it's also going to be able to show you all of the data of sales for those products. You're also going to be able to filter by different sales channels, so either Amazon or Walmart. Then you can also filter by strategies. So you can set a lot of different strategies within your account, and if you have like 20 or 30 different strategies and different listings tied to different strategies, this makes it super easy to find them and fine-tune those strategies and see the data for those listings. On the back end, you can quickly go ahead and you can see the item, you can copy the SKU, you can open it up in a new tab, as well as you can also see the history for that listing. Now, the history is one of my favorite features on Flashpricer. So the historical data graph is going to give you a ton of information. It's going to give you all of the data from when it first started collecting to the end date. Then you can also go ahead and see the average sales price. You can also see the highest price and the lowest price. So all of this is available for all of your items from when they started tracking. You can also track orders, and you can really get a holistic view at an item level. From there, you can also go ahead and quickly copy the Walmart ID. You can see if the listing is WFS or FBM. And lastly, you're going to be able to go ahead and adjust the strategy, as well as input your cost and change your min and max price. On this page, you can also go ahead and you can see a lot more data for your item. So I can see my min price details and I can see my profitability. In terms of pricing your item, you can actually adjust the price from within Flashpricer. So you can see if your item is going to be buy box eligible, as well as when you're coming at the max price. So this $57 is at my maximum price. And here I can see that I am still buy box eligible. Next, I can kind of get like a roadmap or a holistic view of if I will be profitable at my min price versus the profit at my max price. So I see that at my min price, I'll have a profit of $10.65 versus at my max price, it's going to be $13.45. And you can go ahead and you can quickly see those details when adjusting your listing. Next, you have a tab for the competition. So this is going to bring up the competitive offers, and you can quickly go ahead and you can see if you are winning the buy box in comparison to all of the competition on the listing. Lastly, it's going to show you profitability based off of your current price, as well as the referral fee or any different fees that you have set up. So for the referral fee, it's showing me 15%. Now you can actually adjust this. It's being reported and it's pulled in from Walmart. However, if you are selling in a unique category or you see that the fee is wrong, you can actually just quickly adjust this, click that, and then you can set your own referral fee. There are a lot of different unique circumstances when selling different items, and a lot of categories have weird rules, like anything over $20 is 20%, anything under $20 is 15%. So depending on your category, you can quickly go ahead and adjust it. In advanced mode, you can go ahead and apply fee for a specific sale price. So what I was talking about before in terms of different fees at different sale prices, you can adjust that here and apply fee for a portion of the sales price. So again, like we were talking about before, you can go ahead and you can adjust it and save a new rule and add those changes. Next, you can see your sales. You can go ahead and see if you're in and out of stock. And you can also go ahead and see when you created it and when you actually went and jumped on that listing or created it on Walmart. So now that we've gone over the dashboard, which is really cool and it shows you a lot of data. However, the real magic behind a repricer is being able to set up strategies and tailor it to your specific situation. So for one listing, you might want one specific strategy versus for your entire catalog, you might want to have a different strategy. And you can create as many strategies as you want and really just fine tune it and create one for each listing if each listing is in a unique scenario. So to do that, I'm just going to click New Strategy, and then I'm going to select my marketplace. Next, I can give it a name. I can also select the channel, and then I can do the strategy type. So I'm going to do a custom one. And here you can go ahead and you can see if I'm going to compete for the competition. So is it going to be the buy box, the lowest price, the lowest WFS, the lowest FBM, or a specific seller? So you can go ahead and you can choose this based on your unique listing. For the majority of the time, I'm just going to be competing for the buy box. If Walmart is a competitor, you can actually choose to ignore them, or you can choose to ignore a specific seller. So maybe you're competing against the brand on the listing and you don't want to go ahead and compete against them. You can actually just go ahead and ignore them, and then you can choose and you can put their seller name right here. And then it will completely ignore them and you will not be competing against them on those listings. So after you choose the competition of who you want to compete against, you're then going to go ahead and choose your repricing rules. So as the main repricing strategy, right now I selected the buy box. I can choose to match the buy box, I can choose to add to the buy box, or I can choose to subtract. Most of the time, I'm choosing to match. If I'm trying to get rid of an item quickly, then I might subtract. If I want to buy and hold an item for long term, I might just add onto it. And then you can also go ahead and say when competition is WFS, because this is initially just for FBM. And then when competition is WFS, I can choose to not reprice, or I can choose to go ahead and just match or add, and I can set a different strategy for FBM as well as WFS underneath the exact same strategy. And I can also, again, choose to ignore, or I can create a different strategy for when I am competing against a different seller. So if you have a specific seller who you want to match or compete against, you can add that seller right here, and then you can choose to not reprice. You can choose to set to your max, set to your min, add, subtract, or match them. When the buy box is suppressed, you can choose to not reprice, or you can choose to do any of these things. And this is layering all on top of each other. So you can choose to just set a simple strategy of match the buy box and then not do anything else. And then you can go ahead and you can build more strategies for different situations. So you can really just create one strategy and kind of also have like a bunch of mini strategies within it to account for all of those different unique situations that some of your listings might encounter. Next, I have when there is no competition. So when you're the only seller on the listing, you can also go ahead and choose to set to max, or you can go ahead and choose to match a certain price, or you can choose to do not reprice. So it's all at your discrepancy, and you can go ahead and choose to do it based on your unique item situation. On the next strategy, for when you've actually acquired the buy box, you can choose to not reprice, and you can choose to stay at that, or you can choose to not lower your price. But I typically like to set it to algorithmically optimize my price, as I found that Flashpricer's algorithm is good at raising your price and testing where you are actually going to lose the buy box, and then once you lose it, immediately going ahead and bringing you back to that buy box. An important strategy that's also often overlooked is when your item is out of stock. So typically, if you're selling via WFS, or even if you're doing FBM, as soon as you go out of stock, the buy box situation is going to change because you're no longer an offer on the listing. And sometimes it can even change drastically where the price goes down a lot, or it can also go up. So what I'll typically choose to do is I'll choose to match the buy box, or I might choose to go ahead and set to my max, depending, but you'll never want to lower your price because you want to enter the market at a higher price and then slowly go down to see if that buy box is still profitable or if it's in a range where you want to be selling at. Never just blindly match the buy box after you go out of stock. Next, you can choose how you want to go ahead and set your min and max prices for these rules. So you can manually set them. You can calculate by your return on investment for those listings, calculate by profit margin, or calculate by fixed profit. And you can go ahead and adjust this on different strategies. And then you can also go ahead and choose to not reprice if you have map pricing, which a lot of my vendors do. So after you set all of your strategy, you can go ahead and you can choose to create that strategy and then apply it to those listings. Within the repricing strategy page, under actions, you can also go ahead and duplicate a strategy. You can also go ahead and assign it as your default. So this way it's just a blanket strategy that is automatically assigned. So that's a basic overview of how to use Flashpricer for your Walmart business. I have seen a lot of great success with it, and it has allowed me to go ahead and get the buy box in situations where the Walmart repricer has not been quick enough to act, and doing it manually, I missed it because I'm really only repricing maybe once or twice a day and having my VA also reprice. So this automates it and allows you to go ahead and create a bunch of strategies for a bunch of different situations. Be sure to check out the link for Flashpricer in my description, which is going to give you a discount as well as an extended free trial. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.